Have you ever imagined going out for a simple night of celebration, only to be suddenly attacked by a complete stranger? That shocking reality became true for X-Men star James McAvoy, who found himself in the middle of an unexpected altercation in Toronto this week. The beloved Scottish actor, known for his powerful roles on screen, was blindsided during what should have been a joyful moment following the premiere of his very first film as a director. The incident has left fans stunned, and tonight we're breaking down exactly what happened, what it means for McAvoy, and why his directorial debut, California Schemin', is making waves far beyond this unfortunate barroom encounter. James McAvoy, at 46 years old, is no stranger to the spotlight. From his unforgettable role as Professor Charles Xavier in the X-Men series, to standout performances in Split, Atonement, and countless other films, he has carved out a reputation as one of the most versatile and respected actors of his generation. But over the weekend, McAvoy shifted from acting to directing, premiering his debut film California Schemin' at the Toronto International Film Festival. It was supposed to be a moment of triumph, a moment to celebrate decades of experience in storytelling, now channeled into a project behind the camera. Instead, the premiere was overshadowed by an unexpected twist that no one saw coming. According to reports, McAvoy and his wife Lisa Liberati were enjoying themselves in Toronto, where they attended the glitzy premiere of California Schemin'. After the big event, on Monday night, the actor joined his producers at a bar called Charlotte's Room, a stylish spot where industry people often gather to celebrate, network, and relax. But what should have been a casual get-together with friends quickly spiraled into chaos when, just before midnight, McAvoy became the target of a stranger's aggression. Witnesses say the atmosphere was lively but controlled, until one man, reportedly intoxicated, began causing trouble. Bar staff attempted to escort him out, but in a shocking turn of events, as he was being removed, he suddenly lashed out. With his back turned, James McAvoy never saw it coming. Out of nowhere, the man struck him, delivering a blow that shocked not only McAvoy, but also everyone present at Charlotte's Room. Imagine celebrating your career milestone one moment and being assaulted the next. That's the bizarre situation McAvoy was thrust into that night. But here's where it gets even more remarkable. Instead of reacting with anger or escalating the situation, McAvoy handled the attack with calmness and composure. Sources close to the actor told People magazine that James actually attempted to de-escalate the confrontation, even though he was the one attacked. Other patrons quickly stepped in to remove the aggressor, and the bar staff confirmed the man had been drinking heavily. For most people, such a jarring encounter would have ended the night. But McAvoy, ever the professional, chose to stay at the bar, laugh it off with staff, and continue spending time with his colleagues. Think about that for a second. How many celebrities would have simply walked away, furious or shaken? But James McAvoy's reaction shows not just resilience, but also humility. He refused to let an ugly moment overshadow a milestone achievement in his career. And speaking of that achievement, the premiere of California Schemin' marked a new chapter for McAvoy. So what is California Schemin' all about? The film, inspired by a true story, follows the journey of two Scottish men who pretended to be American in their quest to become hip-hop stars. It's a fascinating and somewhat humorous premise that allows McAvoy to tap into themes of identity, ambition, and the lengths people go to in order to chase their dreams. For a man who has spent 30 years acting, telling stories through characters created by others, stepping into the director's chair gave him a brand new set of tools to tell stories on his own terms. In an interview, McAvoy expressed his excitement, saying, "I've loved telling stories as an actor for 30 years. It's an extension of that. I now love telling stories as a director because I get more tools with which to tell those stories. It was a privilege." Those words underline how personal and meaningful this project is to him. But ironically, as he was celebrating this personal triumph, the headlines quickly shifted from his film to the random act of violence he endured. Now, here's the hook that keeps fans talking. Could this bizarre incident actually overshadow the buzz surrounding his directorial debut? Or could it add another layer of resilience to his public image? For James McAvoy, it seems to be the latter. He didn't just debut a film. He demonstrated once again the grace and composure that have made him such a beloved figure in Hollywood. To put this into perspective, Toronto International Film Festival has long been a launching pad for actors and filmmakers aiming to showcase their best work to critics, audiences, and the press. For McAvoy to bring his first project as a director here was a bold and confident move, but to also walk away from an unprovoked attack without anger or bitterness speaks volumes about the man behind the name. It's a story that, in a way, parallels the resilience of the characters he's played on screen. Fans worldwide have reacted with a mix of shock and admiration. On social media, some expressed outrage that such an incident could happen to an actor who's always carried himself with such humility. Others applauded his calmness, saying it was the ultimate example of not letting negativity steal your joy. For McAvoy, who has kept his personal life relatively private despite his Hollywood fame, this incident has unintentionally put him back into the spotlight in a way no one predicted. And let's not forget the irony. This was supposed to be about his film. The spotlight was supposed to shine on California Schemin'. Yet once again, life reminds us that reality often writes the most unpredictable stories. One can't help but wonder, will this moment become just a strange footnote in the timeline of McAvoy's career? Or will it forever be tied to his first venture into directing? Regardless, what stands out most is his grace under pressure. He stayed, he laughed, he carried on. And that perhaps is the true headline: resilience in the face of randomness. For Hollywood stars, public appearances often come with the expectation of glamour, red carpets, and applause. Rarely do we hear about the raw, unpredictable chaos that can happen off-stage. McAvoy's night in Toronto is a reminder that celebrities, no matter how famous, are still just people. People who sometimes face situations as random and unfair as anyone else. As the film festival continues, and as McAvoy prepares for what could be an exciting new chapter in his career, the incident at Charlotte's room will likely fade into the background. But for those who witnessed it, and for those of us watching from afar, it's a stark reminder of how quickly joy can be interrupted by chaos, and how resilience can turn the tide back toward positivity. So the question remains, will this bizarre attack be remembered as a distraction, or will James McAvoy's poise in the face of it only strengthen the story of his directorial debut? One thing is certain: fans around the world will continue to support him, not just as an actor, but now as a director, and as a man who refuses to let negativity define his story. Because at the end of the day, what truly matters is not the punch that landed unexpectedly, but the story James McAvoy continues to tell, on screen, behind the camera, and even in life's most unpredictable moments.